Good evening everyone. Myself Arnab Ganguly, Assistant Professor of Electrical Engineering Department of Gargi Memorial Institute of Technology College. This is the class of Electrical and Electronics Measurement. Today I am going to discuss about the instrument transformer. Now what is instrument transformer? That type of transformer that is used in conjunction with the measuring instrument for measurement purpose, and that is called instrument transformer. That means for the measurement of current, voltage or power, we can use the instrument transformer with conjunction with the meters that is designated for the measurement purpose. That means if we are considering about the current measurement, we know that ammeter is going to measure the current, voltmeter is going to measure voltage. But in practical scenario, when we are considering about the power level, voltage and currents that are in very much high range, and on that high range voltage and currents, the normal meters that cannot measure that types of high range voltage current. So instrument transformer, if we are going to use that transformer in conjunction with this type of measuring instrument, then the normal ammeter voltmeter also can measure the high amount of current or voltage. That means from this point we can conclude that the instrument transformer is actually used to extend the range of a particular meter. In our earlier classes, we discussed about the extension of range for the ammeter, voltmeter, etc. And there we see that shunt and multiplier is used for the extension of range. But there are some drawbacks and disadvantages also we have earlier discussed of the shunts and multipliers. So to overcome that, instrument transformer can be used, and it help to extend the range of the instrument. That means the current voltage can be measured with the instrument of moderate size. That means that is in reasonable cost and that is available in our markets. That means the high current and voltage that is actually stepped down by using this instrument transformer, and then that particular step down current or voltage can be measured by the meter of moderate size. That means the ammeter, voltmeter, wattmeter, the normal meters, the normal range and normal size meters can measure the high amount of current voltage with help of the instrument transformer, as because it is going to step down the voltage of current, value of current and voltage, and obviously for that reason it is easier for the meters to measure that particular high value. That means when we are considering about instrument transformer, there is two type of instrument transformer. One is current transformer and another is obviously potential transformer. One is current transformer and as is PT, that means potential transformer. Now we are considering today for current transformer. That means it is used with the ammeters as to measure the current, as to help the ammeters to measure the high amount of current. Now if we are considering about the current transformer circuit, see here, that is the primary winding of the transformer, instrument transformer, and this is the secondary winding of the transformer. Here the line current that is that is flowing through this primary winding, and here the load is connected. That means the particular load which is going to consume the current to draw the current, this particular current is going through the primary winding part of the instrument transformer. And here you can see that the primary winding of instrument transformer consists of very few turns. So there is no practically very small or negligible voltage drop. Now in the secondary winding there is more number of turns, and this number of turns, the particular number of turns in the secondary winding, that is obviously dependent on the turns ratio, and then the ammeter is connected here. That means the secondary winding of this instrument transformer is actually short circuited with the ammeter, or nearly short circuited with the ammeter. Now that means the current that is proportional, that is supplied to the load, that is flow through the primary winding, and in the secondary winding here the current is flowing that is actually stepped down from the primary winding. Here the secondary winding, the current is stepped down, and this current is measured by this ammeter. That means the normal ammeter that cannot measure the high amount of load current, then we are using instrument transformer that is going to step down that high amount of current, and so the ammeter, the normal ammeter, the normal range of ammeter can now measure this high amount of current. That means this is the discussion that we have done. The instrument transformer is that transformer that is used in conjunction with the measuring instrument for measurement purpose. So this is the circuit diagram of current transformer, that means CT. Now if we are considering about the turns ratio, so turns ratio means that is N equal to number of secondary winding turn divided by number of primary winding turn. That means this secondary winding turn totally dependent on the turns ratio, and obviously about the how much it is going to step down the currents here. So now the parameters of instrument transformer, that is RS, this is the resistance of the secondary winding, XS the reactance of the secondary winding, RE resistance of external burden. External burden means actually the meter, the ammeter or the wattmeter current coils which are connected in the secondary winding of the instrument transformer, that is called as the external burden. The meters are the external burden. That means if we are considering about the power measurement, then the current coil of the wattmeter can be connected in this secondary winding part. XC is the reactance of external burden, primary winding induced voltage, that is EP, ES is the secondary winding induced voltage, NP is number of primary winding turn, NS is number of secondary winding turn, VS that is the voltage of secondary winding terminal, and IS is the secondary winding current, IP is the primary winding current. So these are the parameters. Now another few one, that is C theta, that is the phase angle of the transformer. We are in later we are going to calculate the phase angle of the transformer. Phi that is the working flux of the transformer. Delta the angle between secondary winding induced voltage and the secondary winding current. Now when we are considering about this angle between the secondary winding voltage and secondary winding current, we know that from the concepts of our circuit theory, we know that this phase angle we can written as tan inverse x divided by r. So the x is the total x of the secondary winding is XS and XE. Here you can see the circuit diagram. XS that means the secondary winding reactance, and XE the reactance of the external burden, that means the meter reactance. RS that means the resistance of the secondary winding, and RE is the resistance of the external burden. So that is XS plus XE divided by RS plus RE, tan inverse of that. So this is the phase angle. This is the angle between secondary winding voltage and the secondary winding current. Delta is the phase angle of secondary winding load circuit. Secondary winding load circuit, that means for the load circuit, secondary winding load circuit, here this is the external burden connected. So the phase angle is tan inverse XC divided by RE, that means X by R. I0 is the exciting current. We know that for transformer, this is the component. I0 is the exciting current. Im is the magnetizing component of exciting current. That means this is going to magnetize the core and actually going to provide that particular flux. IW is the loss component of the exciting current. That means this IW is actually going to provide the hysteresis loss and eddy current loss here, and alpha, that is the angle between I0 and phi. That means this I0 exciting current and this phi flux, this is the angle between I0 and phi, that is equal to alpha. Now here this is the circuit diagram. See the circuit diagram, we already know about the equivalent circuit diagram of a transformer. Here see, that is similar things. Here that is the RP XP, that means the primary winding, resistance and reactance, and this is the voltage, supplied voltage. The IP, primary winding current, is flowing through this. EP is the induced primary voltage. Here the I0 is the exciting current, that is actually divided into two parts, that is IM and IW. IM for the magnetizing component and IW is the loss component. Now here in the secondary winding, there is a this is the core and the flux phi m, this is the flux phi m, and here the secondary winding, the IS current is flow through this secondary winding, then RS and XS is the secondary winding resistance and reactance, and RE and XE, this is the resistance and reactance for the external burden, that means the meter connected here. Now if we are going for phasor diagram, see, we have to draw the phasor diagram now. See here the main point is that we have already denoted here, that is phi. This is the useful flux actually here. Now this IM, that means this magnetizing component, that is going to provide this phi, so that is in phase with this phi, so that means this is IM. Now IW, that is the component, loss component, that is of always in phase with the supply voltage, in phase with the induced voltage in the primary winding, that is EP. So this is IW component. Now obviously I0, that is comprising with these two, IW and IM. So now if we are considering this, then what happens? So this is I0 obviously. Now in transformer, obviously if you consider, this is the ES, this is the ES, and obviously we are getting here also EP, that means the primary winding induced voltage, and the secondary winding induced voltage, that is EP and ES. Now this is EP, that means obviously here we can get minus EP. Now see, if we considering about the primary winding current, that means IP. So this IP, obviously there is a phase angle between this EP component and IP component. So if we consider about that, suppose this is IP. Now this is the angle alpha. We already see that alpha is the angle between I0 and phi. So this is the angle alpha. So now if we are considering about the secondary current IS, so this is ES, that means this will be IS. Now if we reverse the secondary current in the opposite direction, that is reverse, that means this will happen as like this. So that is, we can write it as NIS. That means the number of turns N, and Is, that means the secondary current. Actually this is the reverse phasor of secondary current NIS. Now obviously this can be joined as a parallelogram. So that means this is IP, this is NIS, and that is I0. That means, see from this diagram, the IP primary current is the main current that is comprising with this I0, and obviously for this a secondary winding current IS is induced in the secondary winding. So that means from here we can get it this type of phasor. Now the phase angle, that means this is obviously theta. See, phase angle of transformer, that is the reverse secondary current and the primary winding current, the phase angle between that is the phase angle of transformer theta, and obviously this is sigma. So this is the current, this is the angle between this IW component and this IS component, or this primary winding voltage and the secondary winding current. See, already we have write it here, that is the angle. See here, angle between secondary winding induced voltage, that means ES, and the secondary winding current, that means IS. So secondary winding induced voltage and secondary winding current. So obviously we can get it from here. Now in this direction, see, this is IS. Now if this is IS, obviously if we considering about Vs, that means this induced voltage, this terminal voltage of the secondary winding, obviously this will be like that. This is the component Vs. So phase angle delta, that is the phase angle of secondary winding load circuit. So that means Vs and Is, that is between Vs and Is. So this is delta. And obviously this is sigma, because we already see that this is angle between secondary winding induced voltage and secondary winding current. See, this is Is and this is Es. So that is sigma, obviously this is also sigma. Now see, when we are considering about the secondary winding terminal voltage, that is comprised of the secondary winding induced voltage Es and obviously these drop factors. So we have to consider about the drop. So if we are considered this, so this is Es, this is Vs, obviously this is a phasor, that is Is Rs. If we are going to extend that, now this is Is Xs, because see, Es, this Es, suppose this is Es, so this Es is comprised with this Vs and this voltage drop. So Vs plus IsRs plus IsXs, and obviously Is and IsRs obviously with the same phase, that is with the same phasor. So that is Is, this is IsRs just here, and that is IsXs, this is Es. So this is the total phasor diagram of the current transformer. So from this circuit we here discussed about the current transformer constructions, current transformer functioning, and obviously the phasor diagram of the current transformer. Thank you.